Pick up any plug in your home right now. Look closely at the flat metal prongs. Do you see the holes? Two small circular cutouts, one on each prong near the tips, so subtle that most people never register them. And then, the moment you do, a question arrives that is oddly hard to shake. Why are those there? Plugs work without them. Some cheaper ones do not have them. So what are they actually for? The answer is not about electricity flowing better. It reaches back to the earliest days of household wiring, when engineers were working out how to make a genuinely dangerous force feel safe enough for ordinary people to use every day without thinking. The hidden reason electrical plugs have holes in the prongs is one of those quiet design stories hiding in plain sight. Let's get into it right here on Small Things. A small object with many demands. At its core, an electrical plug is a standardized connector that transfers power from a fixed supply in the wall to a portable device in your hand. The flat metal prongs are the contact points. They slide into matching slots in the outlet, touch live conductors, and allow electricity to flow. Simple in principle. But the engineering around that act, how the plug fits, how it stays put, how it avoids becoming dangerous, is far more considered than it looks. A plug must make a reliable contact. It must hold position under a cable pulling sideways. It must be safe enough for anyone to handle without incident. And it must be manufacturable at enormous scale. Those small holes in the prongs are part of how engineers arrived at that balance. When the plug itself was the innovation, it did not start with holes. It started with electricity itself being a new presence in people's homes. In the late 1800s and into the early 1900s, bringing electrical power into a domestic space was a genuinely experimental process. Wall outlets were not standardized. Different manufacturers used different socket designs in different cities. People adapted lamp sockets to power irons and fans with improvised connectors. The relationship between a plug and an outlet was inconsistent, frequently improvised, and regularly dangerous. Harvey Hubble, an American inventor, patented one of the first standardized detachable electrical plugs in 1904. His design solved a basic problem: how to connect a device to a power supply and disconnect it safely, without rewiring anything. Before his patent, many devices were simply hardwired or connected through awkward lamp socket adapters. The plug as a separate, removable connector was itself the safety innovation. The act of unplugging something, which now feels completely ordinary, had to be invented. As electrical infrastructure spread through American homes and businesses over the following decades, new problems emerged. Plugs would work loose from outlets. Partial connections, where the prongs were only partially inserted, created resistance, heat, and in worse cases sparks and small fires. The outlet needed a way to hold the plug firmly. The plug needed a way to be held. Some outlet manufacturers began building small spring-loaded catches inside their sockets. When a plug was fully inserted, those catches engaged with the holes in the prongs and held the connection in place. The way a press stud fastens with a quiet snap, that means something is secure. The plug was either fully in or fully out. The dangerous middle position, where the prongs barely touch the conductors, became much harder to accidentally leave a plug in. This locking function was never universal. Not every outlet manufacturer adopted it, and not every design that used it relied on it equally. But the holes became a consistent feature of American-style plugs, standardized into the Type A and Type B designs used across North America and parts of Latin America and Asia, because they served that original purpose well enough that no designer wanted to remove them. They also proved useful in industrial environments, where plugs in machinery are exposed to constant vibration, heavy cable tension, and the general roughness of a working floor. 3 jobs, 1 hole. So how does the locking mechanism actually work, and what else do those holes do? The simplest version is entirely mechanical. Inside certain outlet designs, small raised bumps or spring-loaded arms are positioned to align with the holes in the prongs when the plug is fully inserted. The prong slides in, the bump seats into the hole, and the plug requires a deliberate pull to remove rather than drifting loose under cable weight. Think of the click of a press stud fastening on a coat, a small positive engagement that confirms something is locked in place. There is no electrical component to any of this. It is purely physical, a geometry problem solved by a hole pressed into the metal. The holes also address a manufacturing reality. Plug prongs are stamped from flat sheets of metal, typically brass, using a punch press. Punching a hole during the same operation costs almost nothing extra and reduces the total material used across millions of units. The holes also serve as locating features during assembly. A pin or anchor passes through the hole and holds each prong in precise alignment while plastic is formed around it inside the mold, ensuring dimensional consistency across every single unit produced on the line. There is a third use that most people outside the trades never think about. Electricians sometimes use the holes as contact points for testing equipment. A probe with a small clip grips the hole securely without slipping off the smooth, flat face of the prong. When checking whether a circuit is live before beginning work or verifying continuity after an installation, that reliable grip matters more than it sounds. A clamp seated in the hole holds without needing to be held. None of this makes the holes essential to electrical function. Electricity flows through the solid metal faces of the prongs, through direct contact with the conductors inside the outlet. A plug without holes conducts current identically. The holes are a mechanical layer added on top of the electrical function, one that addressed specific problems of stability, assembly, and testing, and stayed because removing them offered no real advantage. The holes do not help the electricity. The most persistent myth about the holes in plug prongs is that they help electricity flow, that the openings assist current, allow the plug to breathe, or improve the contact in some electrical way. That is not how any of this works. Electricity flows through the solid metal faces of the prongs, through physical contact with conductors inside the outlet. The holes play no role in that process at all. The belief persists partly because the holes look purposeful, small, symmetrical, precisely placed, and the instinct is to assume that a precise-looking feature carries a precise technical function. The real explanation is simpler and more mechanical than most people expect. The second common assumption is that holes appear on all plugs everywhere, as if they form a universal standard. They are not universal. European plugs are round-pinned and recessed into deep sockets that hold them in place through geometry alone. British plugs are large and heavy, secured by their own mass and the design of the socket. Australian plugs sit at an angle in their outlets. Different regions arrived at different solutions to the same stability problem, and most of those solutions did not use holes in the prongs. Even within North American design, the holes are not legally required. No electrical code mandates them. Some budget plugs omit them entirely and still meet every relevant safety standard. The holes persist not because they are compulsory, but because they continue to be genuinely useful across three separate functions: assembly, testing, and compatibility with locking outlets. Still there, still useful. Today, you will find those holes performing quietly in settings that range from a domestic wall to a factory floor. In standard home outlets, the locking function is largely passive. Most modern household sockets in North America do not have spring catches that engage the holes. But in industrial environments, construction equipment, server rooms, heavy workshop tools, outlets with active locking mechanisms that grip the prong holes are still specified and still installed. Where a plug pulling free could mean damaged equipment or a dangerous loss of power, the mechanical certainty of a locked connection is worth the additional engineering. Hospital-grade outlets follow the same principle, designed for environments where a disconnected power supply can have immediate consequences. They use internal catches that engage with the prong holes and require deliberate force to release. The same basic feature that appeared in early 20th century electrical design is still considered important enough to specify where failure is not acceptable. In consumer electronics manufacturing, the hole continues to serve as a locating feature during high-volume assembly. It holds the metal prong in exact position while plastic is formed around it. Change the design and you change the tooling, the assembly line, and the quality control process. The path of least resistance has always been to keep the hole where it has always been. The feature has outlasted several generations of outlet redesign simply because every time the question of removing it arose, there was always a good reason to keep it. Safety in small decisions. So why do electrical plugs have holes in the prongs? Not to carry current, not to help electricity flow. Those tiny holes are a quiet reminder that safety often comes from small, practical design choices, little details that help make a dangerous force like electricity feel normal, stable, and safe in everyday life. They helped early plugs lock into place when loose connections caused fires. They made mass manufacturing slightly more efficient. They gave technicians a reliable contact point. And they stayed, generation after generation, because every time engineers considered removing them, the holes kept proving their worth in at least one more place. Next time you reach for a plug, notice them. Something genuinely useful is hiding right there at the tip. If this changed the way you will look at the nearest wall socket, let us know in the comments. And tell us what everyday object you want us to take apart next. We might make it our next episode. Thanks for watching. History often hides in the smallest details.